I know I will. Is this Incline Village?
There are multiple locations. There's
But
Northwest Reno,
right.
there's North Star Truckee, there's Incline Village.
Oof, Incline Village. My favorite place. I'll just say in Nevada.
Okay.
Maybe into California.
All right. Maybe on the West Coast?
Definitely into Utah. Close to the top five. Incline Village, the little Hyatt, Grand Hyatt they have there.
Okay.
Oh, great hotel. You can walk down, see the lake. They've got a little brewery back there. It was snowing while we were out there. It was great. Little casino, little spa, little golf. It was amazing.
A little bit of everything.
Great place and great smash burgers.
Yeah. That's our new sponsor. If you're watching this live, you can see our sponsor in the banner ad. If you're watching the audio, you wouldn't be watching the audio. You'd be actually listening to the audio. If you're listening to the audio, we're sponsored by Incline Burgers and Brews now. Your go-to spot for the ultimate burger and brew fix. I personally love the double smash burger. They've got the spicy Incline burger. Actually, I gotta take that back. I freaking butchered it. I'm so excited. They've got double inclined, bold smash burgers, and they've got these loaded nuggets or even these garlic parm nuggets. They're just delightful, Big Ben.
You can tell you eat too well because the highlight to me on that menu is the chicken fried biscuit, which has for breakfast you can lead off with a chicken fried, call it just kind of like your fried chicken with egg, bacon, cheese, all on a little biscuit. Whew, whew, whew. Sounds
Making
good.
me hungry right now.
I'm in. I am in.
I wish I was in Truckee, Northwest Reno, or Incline Village. I could stop by Incline Burger and Brews,
Boom.
where happiness is just right around the corner.
Is that the tagline?
That's my tagline. Their tagline is your go-to spot for the ultimate burger and brew fix.
Okay. Happiness right around the corner.
But burgers, they even got chicken sandos.
I saw that. Chicken sandos look great. Can I give you one gripe, one little gripe? Maybe they'll change their burgers. Maybe they won't. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. I am a fan of lettuce. Ooh. Only and only when it is shredded. Shred the lettuce. Shred the lettuce. That's all I'll say. Shred the lettuce.
Maybe we'll come up with the Big Ben burger and I'll have shredded lettuce.
Boom, do it. Shredded lettuce. It doesn't take much. Boom, on there. You're not getting, the worst thing is when you pull out one big strand of lettuce and you're, that's my only gripe. Other than that, burgers look great.
Yeah. Make sure you download the app. You can order it online for delivery or pickup.
Boom.
Boom.
What are we doing? Where are we going?
Oh, we have a new sponsor. We have a new social media app. We're on Discord. Follow the Discord.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Are you up on Discord yet?
I should be. Isn't it? It's kind of like this anonymous kind of you have your own persona and you join Discords and it's kind of like you collaborate on, common things that you have interest in, like Mario Kart or fantasy football or, say you have some classmates and you're like, hey, let's talk about how we're going to cheat on the test. Like you go to Discord. I think it's the concept.
You can go to it. It's a combination of YouTube, X, and Twitch because it's got a little gaming component to it. And we created a new server. It's called the West Coast Swing. And you can go in and join conversations on fantasy football, hot takes, and our episodes.
Who's manning our server?
Who's
manning the instance? We are?
Which means it's me.
That is true. That is very much true. I want everyone to know that is you manning the server. We should outsource that, can we? Who do we trust?
We gotta make a little bit. We gotta make some money before we can outsource that. Unless there's an intern that wants to do it for free.
Equity. We can always give up some equity. Where are we headed? Fantasy football?
We are.
I just came back from my draft.
I just finished a draft.
Ooh. You want to lead? Okay, give me your top player.
I want to get into this episode a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
Because Scary Terry got the bag.
He did.
Trey Henderson got the bag, and Micah's holding the bag of hello and welcome to Big Ben and K-Win. Each week, we broadcast live on YouTube. If you're watching this live, drop your comments below. You watch us on demand, that's okay. You can still drop your comments. We'll get at you. If you're more of an audio podcast person, download, listen, subscribe. 5 stars anywhere you get your podcast. I'm K-Win, he's Big Ben. We talked about you joining our Discord conversation online. We've talked about our new sponsor, Incline Burgers and Brews. We're going to talk a little fantasy football, a little college football, Arch Manning, Arch Madness, and much, much more.
Where do you want to start?
I want to start with how hyped I am for the Seahawks.
Whoa.
I mean, everyone came into this year talking about the Rams, but Stafford's got a back injury. Mm-hmm. He hasn't been really participating in camp. We'll see what they're going to do. The Niners, new year, same injury bug. Wide receivers are hurt this year. They're making trades. They don't have all these people. But my Seahawks, they got a new offensive coordinator, Kubiak. He does outside zones, and who does that benefit? Kenneth Walker. I got him in the 4th round last night.
Whoa.
But I got to name my deep, dark sleeper. I want to say his name, and I want you to tell me the first thing that pops into your head.
Go.
Elijah Arroyo.
Oof. He's athletic. Listen, that tight end room is not. Who do we have? Barner? Maybe Zach Barner? Is it AJ Barner, right? Like that. He was our leading back. He's kind of a powered forward, not a big blocking back. He wasn't every down kind of. Elijah looks good relative to what he's coming into. I'll give him that. Kubiak, look at his. You got to go look at Kubiak's going to bring in his offense, right? Zone running. Now, does that bode well for Arroyo? He's more of a pass catching tight end. He's not a big blocker.
I need some more enthusiasm.
Everyone's excited about him, but I'm cautious. I'm cautiously optimistic, K-Win, and you got to understand why. This is Seahawks. This is his second offensive coordinator in 2 years. We don't know what we're playing with. New Sam Darnold. Does he throw to a tight end? Hawkinson, I don't know. Did he do well? Okay.
Yeah, he did great.
Relative. I'm going to temper everything in and around the Seahawks. Talk to me week 5. Remember we started off 4-0 last year, I think, the Seahawks, and then ended up 10-7. So you only won 6 of your last 7? All right.
10 games is still good. In a down year, you won 10 games. In a very competitive division, you won 10 games. I need you to up the excitement.
Seahawks are sleepers, and let's keep them that way. Don't say it's.
Let me go back to my boy Elijah, 2nd round pick.
When did you draft him?
I drafted him 14th round.
Okay. So
deep sleeper.
There's a reason he was there.
Schneider would not have drafted him in round 2 if he didn't expect to put him on the field and put him a part of Kubiak's offense. They released Noah Fant. They set it for salary cap. That is one reason. The other reason is because Arroyo is oppressing in camp.
He is.
Great athletic ability. He can create mismatch. He can go vertical. He can make plays. 6'5", 230. The Seahawks have not had a tight end like this since Jimmy Graham or Jeremy Stevens. No. I've already elevated him into becoming the next great tight end to play for Seattle. And I got one more bit, and then you can talk. Seattle Seahawks fans, you need to watch out for him. Fantasy football GMs, you need to get him. I called Brock Bowers last year. I'm calling Elijah this year.
The bar for tight end, you just named 2 guys that I think played a total of 3 seasons for us. The bar for tight ends for Seattle, we haven't had an all-pro or even a pro bowler at tight end in, I think, 20 years, 20, maybe ever. So the bar is really low. If Arroyo goes out and catches 2 balls a game, 2 balls, that's it. That puts him at what? About 30, maybe 40 catches and 4 TDs. People will hail him. He'll be. I
won't, as a fantasy GM.
You won't be happy, but I'm telling you, like, Seattle will be happy with that output. So,
but do you draft a tight end in the 2nd round to catch 40 balls? A tight end that does not, theoretically, as you say, block or pass protect, and you draft him in the 2nd round.
okay, maybe they run 2 plays a game for him, right? So like, I think Kubiak's bread and butter is Charbonnet and Walker. They're going to get 15 totes a game easily. And I think they have JSN, Cup, MVS. I mean, there's some good pieces. I don't know. I'd temper Arroyo. I would sit him for the first 4 weeks. I don't think he's going to do anything. He's going to do spit. It takes a
I agree
while,
with
right?
that.
So again, relative to who we have and to where the bar is for a good tight end in the eyes of a Seahawks fan, Arroyo's going to be great. Is he going to be great for
I
your
agree.
fantasy team in terms of output as a starter? No, he's
We'll
not.
see. You know what those
Go get K
outside
Dotton. Go
You
get
know
K
what those
Dot.
outside zones lead to? Play action.
Go get
And
K
Sammy
Dot.
D is
Go
going
get
to
K.
light up the
I will make you a
scoreboard.
bet right now. K Dotton, it will more receptions, more TDs, more yards than Arroyo.
I'll make another bet. Tyler Warren will have more than both of them.
Well, I know that, but all I'm saying is he's in an to be determined. Let's call it that. Can we
Okay.
call it that? To be determined. He looks
Okay.
good. He
I'm
looks
just
good.
excited.
The clothing looks good on the mannequin. Now you've got it in the bag. Does it look good when you get home? I don't know. Like that's where we're at with Wario.
Okay.
I went. Can I go me?
Yeah.
I want you. So I've said this before. You got to have a theory going into a draft. What's your theory? My theory this year was that Ben Johnson is going to work his magic with the Chicago Bears offense.
Okay.
And based on what we saw last year with the Lions offense, I think my theory could hold true depending on the offensive line is revamped. Jerry's still out on Caleb Williams, but Swift and David Moore are on the squad. I'm happy with
David as in DJ.
DJ. Sorry. Yes, DJ Moore.
So you're high on the Bears for fantasy.
I'm high on the Bears for fantasy just due to the fact that also, there could be garbage scores. Like, either they're going to perform really well or they're going to have to play catch up. And in either case, that's a good scenario for you if you're a fantasy owner with Bears. Roma Dunze looks good. Colston Loveland. I just think the Bears will be improved, especially with Ben Johnson. And he has pieces. He has weapons, that's for sure.
He's an offensive architect. And I'm in a 2 flex league where you can start the quarterback in your second flex position. So I took a flyer on Caleb last night. It was round 10. I need a second quarterback. It's high risk, high reward, but I'm with you. I think in a Ben Johnson offense, he'll figure out a way to utilize Caleb. Plus, he can run a little bit so he can score some touchdowns in the red zone. I think he'll have a very good fantasy year, but let's be serious about the Bears. They've got the Vikings, the Pack, and the Lions in front of them. They're still going to finish last in their division.
Yeah, but they'll put up points. They'll put up points, that's for sure. Here's my other take, and I want your take. Sean Payton. Who was this guy in New Orleans?
Alvin Kamara.
No.
Drew Brees?
There you go.
Okay.
Who's this guy in Denver?
Bo Nix?
Bo Nix, starting quarterback this year. On the ground, through the air. I think the Broncos are going to sneak up on people. And I think Bo's a little more comfortable. He had a great season last year. I think he was QB6 through the season. So I've also picked up Caleb's on the bench too, along with CJ Stroud. So in the event that doesn't work out.
Who's your starting quarterback?
I'm going to start with Bo. But here's my other theory. Stack your quarterbacks. Because when one goes down for a team that doesn't have two, all of a sudden you can work out a trade and or just have them surf the waiver wire and lose 3 consecutive weeks trying to find a quarterback that works. Like that generally happens a couple of times. Like all of a sudden you're starting Trevor Lawrence or whatever have you. So I would say stuff your quarterbacks early on in the year, early on, until you find one that works for you, and 2, the other players or teams can't inevitably get off the waiver wire.
Well, the way that the NFL has evolved, fantasy football has evolved the same way. It's a passing league.
It is.
So you need wide receivers and you need quarterbacks. And a lot of people play in PPR. And in our league, there's a Yahoo league where there is this ongoing debate because they don't want to change to PPR. And
Oh,
so the running back is more valuable in that league. But
right.
in my other leagues, it's wide receivers and quarterbacks.
Hmm.
So a lot goes into like the scoring system and the format of your league. But if it's PPR, half PPR, load up on wide receivers. There's so many wide receivers. You can get a good wide receiver in the sixth, seventh, eighth round. Like I got a Mecca, a Buka, like in the
Ooh,
eighth round.
ooh.
I even got Jawan Jennings in like the eighth round. Like Brock's got to throw to someone.
He's the only one alive, right?
Yeah.
You're exactly right. I mean, I think we have PPR, and I think I ended up with Jamison Williams, Jacoby Myers, DJ Moore, and one other wideout on the squad.
How many
Wait.
receivers do you start?
And Garrett Wilson. So, and I look at it this way: go look at last year and who got the most targets. That's who you want on your team. Who's going to be given the most opportunities? Like people, I would rather have the number one on the Carolina Panthers than the number two or number three on at this point. Say like the Eagles. Do I want Devontae who's going to share a lot of the targets, or do I want a guy that's taking 60% of them? I mean, it's you can win with bad players or good players on bad teams.
Yeah. Well, the way that I look at it, it's good players on good offenses.
There you
So
go.
like I'm not looking at the record. I'm looking at the offense, and also I'm looking at if they're behind and they have to play catch up, they have to throw the ball. So like
Yeah.
you want those wide receiver ones on those teams that are going to have to throw the ball. That's why the Bengals are so good with Jamar Chase and T Higgins is because their defense can't stop anyone. So they're throwing like nonstop. So I know Jamar Chase was like great last year. I think he's going to be good this year because I don't think their defense got a whole lot better. And Joey Jackpot is going to have to carry him, which means he's going to have to throw that damn ball.
Another theory. Last theory, then we can leave.
No, I like your theories.
Okay, my theory. So Joe Burrow, why are Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase so good together?
I believe it's because they have two number one wide receivers. And
No,
so the safety can't really
no, 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 no.
focus.
So what chemistry wise? Why?
They played together forever.
They played together in college. Justin Fields just arrived in New York. Who did he play with in college?
Wasn't he in Ohio State? But
And who
wasn't he at Alabama before that or somewhere else?
who did he play with at Ohio State?
1 year, Garrett Wilson.
Hey! Same thing's gonna happen. Justin to Gary.
Wait. You're trying to compare Justin
I'm
Fields
not. No, this is a
and
theory.
Garrett Wilson
This is a
to Joe
theory.
Burrow
This is a
and
theory.
Jamar Chase?
An
Let me hear this one.
unproven theory. Unproven theory. However, when you're a quarterback, and you could probably go ask Joe Burrow this, why do you throw to Jamar so often? Well, he knows where I want to go with the ball or what routes to run or how to break out of a route, and I know where he's going to go and I can throw it up. Justin Fields has no one else to throw to on the name another wide receiver or tight end for the Jets. Go on. You can't.
This is a
Garrett
West
Wilson's
Coast
going to get a
podcast.
billion targets. He's going to get a billion targets. And it's just going to be.
I don't agree with that theory because you had Kyler Murray, who went to Oklahoma, and had Hollywood Brown. That didn't work out in Arizona.
Hollywood Brown was hurt 90% of the time.
But
That's
when
the
he played,
truth. Okay, my theory may or may not pan out, but I like the concept.
I don't like the
before.
quarterback, Justin Fields. A run first quarterback is not going to throw the ball well.
Why wouldn't you say that is advantageous with the idea that you are going to run, you're going to bring the safeties up, boom, over the top, big plays, Garrett Wilson, TDs all day. See, there's always a counter to your argument.
I'm not against your theory. I'm against your example of Justin Fields being
that was a
the
stretch.
reason
That was
why Garrett will work.
That was a little bit of a stretch. I'm just saying he's comfortable with Garrett already coming up. They play together. They understand each other at some respect. And that's really why you see good quarterback and wide receiver pairings. They know what each other's going to do.
But you can get that from working out in the off season.
Oh, no, you can't. No, you can't. There's
Baker and Mike Evans.
Okay. Well, then, come on. You're taking.
Stafford and Cooper Cup.
Okay. That was like 4 off seasons. Cooper Cup and Stafford were together for a while.
Right.
It will come together quicker for Garrett Wilson and Justin Fields.
That's fair.
I could be wrong. But the Jets have no one else to throw to other than Garrett Wilson. They can't afford anyone else. They gave Garrett Wilson's
To double down on the Jets, they had a defensive coordinator as their coach last year.
Steele.
He couldn't figure out how to activate Garrett Wilson. They got another defensive coordinator as their head coach.
But you get a running quarterback so you don't have to do much. You say just go out there and play football. And playing football is, I can't run. I'm going to throw the ball to Garrett Wilson.
We'll see.
We'll see. Jets will probably stink again. It's all right, though. But they will be behind in games, a lot of them. So they'll have to go deep to Garrett Wilson.
I love it.
All right. That's all I have on my fantasy takes. That's it. Theories aside.
Let's move on to college football. Last week was week 0. A little bit of an upset. A lot of people have Kansas State winning the Big 12, but they lost to Iowa State. Now we have more games.
What about Go Bows? Those Hawaii, and now they're the Warriors, used to be the Bows, beat Stanford. Is that an upset anymore? Frank Wright, you came all the way there. You're a head coach of an NFL team. You can't beat Hawaii. Like what's going on? I don't know. Good luck in the ACC.
Play Stony Brook this Thursday. Well, let's talk about what we want to talk about. Arch Madness. Arch Manning has been at Texas for seems like forever. It's only been 2 years. He has 2 starts, put up some great numbers in those starts. But now he is in the driver's seat of the Texas Longhorns, the number 1 ranked Texas Longhorns. They go into Columbus this Saturday, 9 a.m. on Fox. I can't wait to watch the game.
People are already projecting Arch Manning as the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts as they brought in
Flacco or Daniel Jones. Same
Daniel Jones, whatever. So where I'm going with that is like Arch is already bigger than he even realizes. When people have said that before the season even starts, these people are going to tank in order to get Arch. But we don't know if Arch is any good relative to a full season, right? Like we're just... What if his name was Arch Martin? Would there be all this hubbubaloo?
No, because he wouldn't be related to Eli Peyton Cooper.
Thank you. Like his name is carrying him so much further than I think he's actually demonstrated that it should, if that makes sense. Like we're just assuming he's really, really good because he's a Manning. Am I wrong?
I think that's part of it, but also he was a 5-star recruit, the number 1 recruit in the nation. Like he can throw and he can run. He put up great numbers in high school. That doesn't mean you're going to be a great college quarterback, but on paper, he's got the size, he's got the arm, he's got the speed, and he's got Sark, a QB-friendly coach and a QB-friendly system. So on paper, it looks great. That's why I'm excited about it.
My argument would be, why did he not beat out Quinn Ewers? Could he not? Like, honestly,
that's a great argument.
Quinn Ewers was a 7th round draft pick. He may not even make a roster, and Arch is already better. Like it's there. I gotta imagine there's a reason that Quinn Ewers was playing in the college football playoff that Arch Manning was not.
There's something Sark saw at practice,
right?
He decided to go with.
Yeah. Or else you do, right? If he's your best chance to win, and unless the players came out afterwards and like, I don't know why Arch wasn't starting, there was none of that. So as much as I'm going to temper my expectations of Elijah Aroa, I'm going to temper them of Arch in a big setting. This is not easy. They're underdogs. They're underdogs for a reason because Ohio State's really good. And I don't know. You got a prediction for the game?
I do have a prediction. It's a Texas win, and it's Arch Madness, baby. Arch is here. They have extreme depth at the running back and wide receiver position. They have 3 preseason All-Americans on defense. Linebacker, Hill, they've got Simmons, they've got Taffy as their safety. And if you go back to the semifinal game against Ohio State, it's not a typo. Jeremiah Smith had one catch for 3 yards. So something worked against him defensively. So
Fair.
I'm banking on Texas defense, the first game of a new season where Ohio State has a new quarterback and a new offensive coordinator. There's no more Chip Kelly. It's Brian Hartline. So give me Sark. Give me Arch. And give me the damn Heisman and the Natty right now.
If you had just been to Columbus, Ohio, would you be singing a different tune? Because you have just recently been to Austin, have you not?
I have.
Okay, so there's some bias in your narrative.
No bias.
There is bias in your narrative. BS. BS. He's gonna go.
There's too much new in Ohio State.
Okay.
Arch is familiar with the system. He played a little bit, got his feet wet. Texas has a better defense, a better offensive line, better offensive coordinator, better defensive coordinator, and Ryan Day.
Have we seen Arch Manning in a fight? Like a fight, like a, when you call it a fight, when somebody gets punched in the face. I haven't seen Arch Manning get punched in the face. They didn't want him to get punched in the face.
We probably won't see it on Saturday either because Texas is gonna win by 2 tutties.
Ooh, 2 tutties in Columbus. That ain't happening. That isn't. Ryan Day is a marginally better coach than that. Sark's going to have him up.
But all the things you say about Arch, you should be saying about Ohio State's quarterback. We haven't seen him play.
Agreed. I agree with that. I'm not saying like Ohio State is, off the charts better than Texas. That's not my point. My point is Arch hasn't gone into a setting like that. And again, I don't think he's got hit in the face. Wait till you do in Columbus. Like it's no joke. They're the reigning champs. So there's a lot probably going on with Arch. He's a Manning, right? But he can't take the experience from Eli and Peyton and call it his own. He's got to go out there and win. That's not easy. It's not easy. Wouldn't be easy for me. Wouldn't be easy for you. And I don't care his name's Arch.
This Saturday.
Arch Man. I don't care that his name's Arch Manning. You got to win some ball games. And if he does against Ohio State, I'll eat crow. I will eat crow. I will eat crow.
Who else we got? We got a big weekend. I can go to my notes here. We have LSU number 9 against number 4 Clemson. That's on Saturday at 4:30. That's a big game.
That is a big game. At Ohio State or at Clemson?
That is at Clemson.
Are they both
LSU at Clemson?
Are they both considered Death Valley? Has anyone confirmed that? Aren't they both considered Death Valley?
I think you might be right.
I think I'm right? So it's a battle. Is there naming rights then over this game? Like whoever wins actually gets
original Death Valley.
Well, what would you have to rename it if you lost in your Death Valley? Alive Peak. We're headed into a live peak. Brian Kelly will choke. He will choke. Klubiak or Klubniak. Kleb Klubnik he might be better than Arch Manning.
Right now.
He might be better.
Before game 1.
He might be better. And Dabo, have you seen their workout? Is it their workout? They got a slide. It's like those guys. I mean, Clemson football is big. And Brian, God, what's his name? Brian what? Kelly stinks. To voice what Kennedy would say, Brian Kelly stinks. And he will be, if he loses to Clemson, he'll lose another game within the first 4, and he will no longer be the coach. Shaq will buy him out.
Maybe.
Boom. He'll be running whatever his chicken franchises are in Louisiana for the rest of the season. It's not that I don't like Brian Kelly, don't get me wrong. He's just not an LSU guy. I said it again. Not an LSU.
Is he a Notre Dame guy?
Yes.
But he left because
I shouldn't say that.
Bigger than Notre Dame.
He's bigger than Notre Dame. No, I think
he said he needed the players, but it's the coach.
Well, I think LSU. Here's the difference between Notre Dame and LSU. You go to LSU, and what do they say? We're a sports school. here's the classroom. It's on an iPad, and you can attend when you want. You know, whereas I think Notre Dame tries to uphold standards that are maybe a little higher.
Yeah, that's
Maybe,
fair.
maybe, maybe. And so it's always been said it's tougher to recruit at Notre Dame because there are those standards. Um, Maybe Kelly wanted to see what he could do when there's all
He
gloves were
thought he
off.
could get a bigger budget, more five-star players, and more players into the school and the program because there are looser morals around Bourbon Street. But here's what I don't understand: LSU's confusing. They're like that guy who wears jeans and a tank top. Is it hot out or is it cold out? Like, is LSU going to go 10-2 or 8-4? Probably 8-4 because Brian Kelly is the coach. I'm sorry, I'm not sold on Kelly
I'm,
either. I'd
can we
love
move
to
off Brian
like
Kelly? We've been talking about Brian Kelly too long. He's done. He's
let's
done.
talk
He
about
stinks.
Clemson.
He stinks. Give me Clemson. Go.
Cade Klubnik's back. I think he's either a first team or second team preseason All American, depending on which publication you look at. They've
Yep.
returned 14 starters. They've got two studs on the defensive side of the ball, on the defensive, I can't even talk, on the defensive line. They got a new DC, Tom Allen from Penn
Mm-hmm.
State. They're trying to get back to the glory days. Remember 2016, 2018? Clemson won the Natty both those years.
They
This
did.
might be the year that Dabo has been waiting for, where they have a top 5 finish, they get a bye, and they have a legitimate chance because who their quarterback is and who they have on the defensive end. Because what's held them back has been their defense. And I think Tom Allen, if he can fix that up, it might be the year of Dabo.
Here's the thing Dabo has going for him. If you beat LSU, you can rest your starters until the college football playoff. The ACC is horrible. Absolutely horrible. And so, I mean, of course, you're going to want to run up the score just so everyone sees score differential. But I mean, name another decent school. I mean, people are going to argue, oh,
Miami.
Miami, Maryland, Florida State.
Florida State's garbage. SMU, maybe.
Right. SMU is in the mix. But I mean, you're not in the Big Ten or you're not in the SEC where you're running into buzzsaws every weekend. So Dabo, if you wins this game, I mean, college football playoff percentage is nearly locked. Nearly locked. That's all you got to say. What else? Who else we got? Cougs play on the CW network. I got to plug the Cougs. CW network against old rivalry in Idaho Vandals. The Cougs don't start off 1-0. Jimmy Rogers, South Dakota State, old South Dakota. If we don't start off 1-0, it's a bad omen for the Cougs.
Yeah,
We can't beat the Vandals, who I think now play in the Big Sky. So, in fact, that might be a relegation game. No, I'm joking. Pac-12 is coming together. Old Pac-12 is coming together.
It's coming
Who else
back.
we got?
We got Notre Dame, Miami. Yeah.
Okay.
We got Belichick playing TCU.
Ooh, that's an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
Where at?
I want to talk about the college football playoff.
Okay.
What changes would you make?
Did they want to go to 24 teams?
That's the rumor.
Here's the thing. So I'm going to give this person credit because they are. I don't even know if they sleep, and he's a beat writer for Bay Area. John Wilner. We've had him on before. The guy analyzes everything. He goes, "It's not like they could expand, but it's less profitable. Like, and then moving games to compete with the NFL and all these. Don't change it for now. Run it back. Just reseed how it should be seeded. And I think a lot of those pains and the Big Ten and SEC, at some point you're going to have to kiss the ring, but don't do it yet. Seriously, because what needs to happen is they need to show that there is true parity, I guess, between those teams. Say the ACC, Clemson wins it, right? All of a sudden it defunks the idea that the Big Ten and SEC need 2 automatic buys. Like, let it play one more season, do the appropriate seeding, hope that some parity is showing, meaning the Big Ten and ACC aren't the last 4 teams, and then negotiate from there. Because it's all a negotiation, right? Between the Big Ten wants a seat, the biggest seat, so does the SEC, and then everyone else just sits around and gets the scraps. So if
I
the
think it's
scraps
too
can win,
small tweaks, two small tweaks, and I think you said one of them already. The four highest ranked conference champions don't get an automatic bye.
Mm-hmm.
You get the 12 teams in, you figure it out, and then you seed them. That's like a
Mm-hmm.
small tweak that should get done. The next tweak, I want to see a play-in game. I want to see
Ooh,
like college basketball. You know how they have like the two
yeah.
powerhouses and then the little guys playing like the Tuesday or the Wednesday? What if you had a Power Four play-in game where like number 4 team in the SEC versus like the third team in the Big Ten? That would be great. And then I want the little guy play-in, the group of 5 where it's like Liberty versus UNLV or James Madison versus Washington State. I think that would be great to expand it just a little bit further so that you're not necessarily competing with the NFL like on the weekend, but maybe you just put the game
On a
in.
Monday
Yeah.
or something like that. I could see that. And then as long as I don't play the weekend after or the weekend coming. Yeah, I don't know. It was just revamped, right? We just came out with this new seating. Like, let it bake in at least a couple of years. Version 1 obviously didn't work very well because there was, people up in
In
arms.
terms of all of the fan bases that were involved and
Yeah,
engaged
being
and
happy.
excited and the
Yeah,
money, like that worked. The only thing that didn't work was the seating.
right. And we can remedy that. That's
Yeah.
just conversations to be had. Like that's easy. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like just focus on getting the best teams in the college football playoff. Now, if you want, I like your idea. Okay, we're not the Big Ten and SEC one other seat. Okay, give me the people that aren't. We'll give you then your Power Five. Oh, we deserve it. Okay, then you guys play it in. I like it. UNLV is not going to be there, dude. They
I know. I
stink.
couldn't think of any other group of 5 non-power 5,
Cal
non-power
Poly.
4. Yeah, Cal Poly. Yeah.
Who knows? All
Yeah.
right,
That's all I got.
that's all you got. I am going to the Mariners game tomorrow.
Okay. Who are they playing?
The Pods.
Ooh.
They're playing the Pods right now. It was a slugfest earlier. I am on the warning track for BP
Okay.
on the inside. How do I ask for autographs? What do you think?
Are you bringing Kennedy?
No.
I think you're too old to ask for an
Am
autograph.
I?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think they'll give it to you.
I
Here's my thing. I know from some people in the family where they think older people just want the autograph to sell it.
What if it's worth a purple Sharpie and I want them to say, "You're awesome, Kennedy."
I think you may need a Just for Men beard to get an autograph because I don't think they're going to give you one.
I'll report back. I will report back. Cags watch not hitting
Is
this
he
many home
hit
runs.
15 yet?
No, he's toast. I don't even. He's not even
You
playing.
can get on a heater.
I like karma comes full circle. This is exactly what happened in the Anthony Davis trade with Luka Doncic. Anthony Davis played like 6 games and then he was out for the rest of the season. Exactly what happened to Cags. Karma, full circle, right here on Big Ben and K-Win. Karma, you have seen it.
I get a
Cags.
hat. You get a hat.
Yeah, I get a hat. I want a Lions hat. Because here's why. I got Gibbs and I got Jameson Williams. They're my, or maybe a Bears hat. See, this is a thing. I can't. This is my true problem, Kyle.
You only wear Seattle hats.
I know, but I can't. I can't do Seahawks. I don't know why. I don't know
You
why.
can't wear a hat.
I can do a Seahawks hat, like maybe, yeah, but I just don't know why. I can't
Because you hate the 12 men.
I do hate the 12th man. I just hate the fans. I'm sorry. No, it's not all the fans. It's just a large majority of them. They're not there to watch football. And that's probably because we haven't been very good the last few years. They're there to, I don't know. I don't know what
To
they're.
socialize.
Sure, yeah, to go back at the water cooler and say I went. What was the score? I don't know. What'd you do? I don't know. It's.
But there's fans like that on every team.
There is. I just can't get into it. I can't get into the Hawks.
All right.
Sorry, all the Seahawks fans that listen to this. I can't get into the Hawks. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll play this back week 4 when they're 4-0.
Maybe Elijah
Elijah.
Arroyo. Yeah, when he has 16 touchdowns, just like Jimmy Graham. He is the next Jimmy Graham. Let's call him that. Anoint him that. The next Jimmy Graham, Elijah Arroyo.
Jimmy Graham was good for the Seahawks. Only played a couple years.
Yeah, he was fine. He's, kind of like hit the Saints, and they're like, "All right, see you, Jimmy." And he's like, "Okay."
Didn't he get
This
busted for PEDs?
I don't know what people like. Did you who else played? Jerry Rice played for the Seahawks, I think. Like, there's all
Jerry
these.
Rice.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Like all
No, he
these
went to the
guys
Raiders.
after the Raiders, I think he came to the Seahawks. Like
Oh.
descending, like near bottom, pull him the Hawks.
That's when you got to cut it off like Carmelo. He went to the. Didn't he go play for the
Exactly.
Bulls and the
Carmelo might
Lakers?
play for the Seahawks this year. No,
Let's get out of here.
let's get out of here.
At Big Ben K Win _ anywhere you get your social media. That's Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook. We're even on Discord. Follow the Discord. The link will be in the show notes. Get at us. And if you're more of an audio podcast person, make sure you 5 stars. That really helps us. Anywhere you get your podcasts, watching us live or on demand, you can go to Spotify. We've got the video inside of Spotify. I'm K Win. He's Big Ben. And draft Elijah Arroyo.
Let him sit on waivers for a while. Just let him. Just
if you feel that strongly about Justin Fields, why don't you have him as your quarterback?
Because I hadn't drafted Garrett Wilson yet, and he came on the board, and I'll get him. I forget whose team. I'll trade 2 quarterbacks for 1. If that's the case. Bo Nix and Justin Fields should be fine. Maybe not. We'll see. Let's get out of here. Go Buckeyes.
No, Arch Madness, baby.
Arch Madness. I do like that. Boom.